And welcome to This Is Now. First at noon, a Chinatown cook who was doused with acid by an apparent stranger has lost part of his eyesight. He has been hospitalized for 17 days now, and his family is asking the community for prayers. Derek Kravitsky has the story.
He's still in pain, but he'll recover, and hopefully, I will pray to God that everything goes well.
Tantra Robert is turning to her faith as her brother Lasson remains hospitalized after being doused with acid 2 weeks ago in Chinatown. The 30-year-old cook, who is now blind in his right eye, is recovering from surgery 3 days ago on his face and stomach.
That's my only brother, and it's like, I can't believe it. Like, something had to happen to him. He's like shy. I don't know how to explain it, but he's a nice person.
On Monday, the man accused of the horrific attack, 34-year-old Marquise Johnson, pled not guilty to first-degree assault, a charge police recommended based on Robert's injuries. But some legal experts say Johnson should be charged with attempted murder, like previous Oahu acid attack suspects Paul Cameron and Sebastian McQuan.
Namely an acid being used, which is a dangerous instrument, and the location of the injury and the extent of the injury, I would assume that I would have charged an attempted murder also, consistent with the other cases.
Prosecutors have not revealed their evidence yet, but the judge in the case said the August 8th attack may not have been random as initially thought.
Act in this particular case does appear to have been premeditated and selected. He selected the individual. The court is very concerned about that and has not been presented with any specific terms and conditions or a plan to mitigate that danger.
Victim advocates say Johnson should be charged with a hate crime, which could double the penalty from 10 to 20 years in prison. They theorize he targeted Robert, because Robert is Micronesian, as an act of revenge after Johnson was allegedly beaten 3 years ago in Chinatown by a group that appeared to be Micronesian. Robert's sister, who lives in Oregon, is heartbroken she won't be able to see her brother until he recovers.
I wish I was there. I can't because I have a family here. I got kids, and I have to take care of them. I feel sad. Just feel sad every day.
Meanwhile, Robert's co-workers at Livestock Tavern created a GoFundMe to cover medical expenses. Look for the link on our website. Derek Kravitsky, Hawaii News Now.
The man accused of killing a Maui police officer is under a new court order this morning to stay away from his family for the next 5 years. Clembert, Kaneholani's girlfriend and mother of his children, Danielle DeSalia, asked the judge to protect her from his alleged abuse, stating in a TRO request earlier this month that he continually beats her. That TRO was granted and police removed Kaneholani from their home. 2 days later, he allegedly shot and killed Officer Suzanne O. in Paia. On Monday, the judge asked DeSalia how much contact she would like with Kaneholani and how long she would like the protective order to last.
No contact and maximum amount of time permitted.
Mr. Kaneholani is not going to contest the allegations. Obviously, he's held without bail. I don't anticipate that order is going to change during the pendency of his new case. So he can agree to the proposals.
The judge ordered Kaneholani to stay away from his girlfriend and 6 children for 5 years. He's due back in court for the murder of Officer O on Wednesday. And a new memorial T-shirt and bracelet are being sold to honor the life and sacrifice of Officer O. The tribute design from Relentless Defender was created in collaboration with the Maui Police Department and Officer O's loved ones. 100% of the proceeds from the shirt will go to Officer O's family through the Relentless Defender Foundation. A pre-order fundraiser is open now through September 10th. After that, orders will ship and the design retires. To order, visit the As Seen on Sunrise section at hawaiinewsnow.com. Fired Maui police officer Carlos Freight has pleaded guilty to 1 count of using unreasonable force against an arrested individual. Prosecutors say the 40-year-old tased the victim in Kihei on January 6, 2024, even though the arrestee was not resisting or posing any threat. Freight faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. Sentencing is set to take place in January. Kauai police are asking for the public's help after a person was found in need of medical attention at Wailua Beach. Medics responded around 9:30 p.m. Sunday, and the individual was taken to Wilcox Medical Center. Authorities are urging anyone who is in the area and may have seen something to come forward. You can submit tips anonymously through Crime Stoppers Kauai at the number on your screen. In a wide-ranging cabinet meeting, President Trump dug in on his promise to fire the first black woman to serve as a Federal Reserve governor. He also threatened new measures to crack down on urban crime. Erica Brown has the latest from the White House.
By the way, speaking of that,
President Trump is raising the stakes on his crackdown on crime in the nation's capital.
if somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty.
More than 2,000 National Guard troops are patrolling the streets of Washington to fight crime, some of them carrying their service weapons. President Trump says Baltimore or Chicago could be next. The Maryland and Illinois governors have pushed back.
You would think that Illinois would have such a problem with crime, such a bad governor. He should be calling me and he should be saying, could you send over the troops, please? It's out of control.
In the 7th cabinet meeting of his second term, President Trump accused cities of falsifying their crime statistics. In a long and wide-ranging discussion, he also kept up the pressure on the Federal Reserve. Speaking from the cabinet room, newly decorated with gold accents, the president did not back away from his plan to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook over allegations of mortgage fraud. Cook says she will not resign. Her attorney adding in a statement, the attempt to fire Cook lacks any factual or legal basis, and we will be filing a lawsuit challenging this illegal action.
She seems to have had an infraction, and she can't have an infraction, especially that infraction, because she's in charge of, if you think about it, mortgages, and we need people that are 100% above board.
The president's ongoing clash with the Fed could undermine the central bank's independence, given the White House unprecedented power over the nation's monetary policy. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
A 70-year-old man accused of setting a brush fire in Waipahu on Saturday has been released pending investigation. Flames burned 7 acres near Kunia and Plantation Roads. Police arrested the man near another fire in Haleiwa after witnesses saw him leave the Waipahu fire. The investigation remains ongoing. Meantime, the Kunia wildfire that has been burning for the past week is now 90% contained. Investigators believe the fire near Kunia camp was intentionally set. The fire has burned about 250 acres. Authorities are asking for information to help them find the suspected arsonist. On Hawaii Island, residents believe recent brush fires along the Hamakua coast were also set on purpose. Firefighters fully contained one in Pauilo Sunday night. At one point, 2 were burning. One was closer to the highway, and another was more Makai near a slaughterhouse and feed lot. In all, 4 acres burned, and fences and water lines that served the cattle were destroyed. Fire officials report 10 to 15 fires over the past few months in the same area, which residents say is suspicious.
The employees are just disgusted with everything that is going on, and it seems like somebody's setting these fires because they just pop up randomly anywhere, and the same place has been getting burnt. So it's kind of, I don't know, hopefully that somebody can do something about that.
It doesn't seem like anyone's gotten arrested for it, or no one's been faced with any type of questioning that I'm aware of. So there should be someone that should be on top of investigating these fires for sure.
Crews remain on scene monitoring hotspots. If you have any information related to this, call Hawaii Island Police. Back on Oahu, Honolulu firefighters responded to a 2-alarm house fire in Ewa Beach overnight. Here's a look from the scene earlier this morning along Karayan Street, where HFD crews were called to about 12:15. We're told they saw smoke coming from the 2nd floor. Thankfully, they were able to get the fire under control within minutes, and no injuries have been reported. The Red Cross is helping residents that have been displaced. The HFD investigator has classified the cause of the fire as accidental, started by an unattended candle. The estimated damage is $180,000. On Maui, a 98-year-old woman escaped a fire that destroyed her home in Kahului. The house on Holua Drive erupted in flames just before 11 a.m. yesterday morning. The homeowner was guided to safety by a friend who was visiting, and then a Good Samaritan helped carry her away from the burning house.
I was home in the back room with my wife, and all of a sudden we hear this bang. And we both looked at each other. What the heck is that? So I got up and I looked out the window, and I see these flames coming out of that window there. And it's like, whoa, it's like, is this really happening?
Authorities say no one was hurt. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Aloha on this Tuesday. We're in for more of the best weather on the planet. It's going to be absolutely beautiful today. There's not going to be much rain. We do have a few minor stray showers expected from time to time throughout the day, mainly for windward sides. But overall, it's going to be fairly dry. Leeward sides will see a lot of sunshine. High temperatures running to about 89 degrees again. So load up on the sunblock. Surf-wise, there's not a whole lot. But tomorrow through Friday, we're expecting a small south-southwest pulse to be pushing through.
Thank you, Guy. Serving as acting governor while Josh Green is out of state, Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke joined students and state leaders this morning to proclaim September as Digital Aloha Month. It's an initiative centered on using the internet in a responsible way. And as technology evolves, she's urging the public to remain vigilant for any potential scams or misinformation.
We are relying on you folks, our next generation of people, to help us navigate and be our guides and be the ambassadors to talk about the way that we can use digital media, the way that we use it in a responsible way, the way that we can use it not to harass people, the way that we can use it in a safe way.
This is part of her Connect Kako project, which aims to expand internet access and improve digital infrastructure statewide. Well, there's now pushback after the Army said it hopes for a plan to keep its leased training lands in Hawaii by the end of the year. In his letter last week, the Army Secretary told Governor Green about the military's need to train on leased state land. The Secretary wants to have a, quote, mutually acceptable framework by the end of this year and believes land exchange can be part of this framework. The Army's leases at Pohakuloa on Hawaii Island and at Oahu sites will expire in 4 years, and the Sierra Club says there's no way to create a framework by the end of 2025.
There is no emergency right now in terms of timing. The military does have leases that go until 2029. What Governor Green needs to do is to get the Pentagon to recognize this instead of just vaguely alluding to eminent domain as if it's a boogeyman that's supposed to scare us into submission.
At any moment, if they truly wanted to, they could take the land. They could eminent domain it from us, and we would get nothing. I explained very clearly that it could be counterproductive for the federal government to take our land because everyone saw what happened on Mauna Kea.
Governor Green's office has said there is no formal conversations about a land exchange, but he wants Makua Valley returned to the state and extra concessions from the military, such as housing development. Coming up, a proud milestone for Native Hawaiian families on Maui. We'll take you to move-in day for a new Hawaiian Homelands subdivision. And just ahead of the upcoming UH volleyball season, a rebranding for the Stan Sheriff Center, a new name for the storied venue after the break. Welcome back. On Maui, a special ceremony was held Monday to celebrate families moving into a new Department of Hawaiian Homeland's subdivision in Waikapu. Pu'uhona offers over 160 homes and lots throughout a near 47-acre homestead. The move-in comes 2 years after the project's groundbreaking. Acting Governor Sylvia Luke says this is the first subdivision to be built using the $600 million appropriated by the legislature.
And many of you, I see in your faces the pain and joy of being right here, being able to fulfill the mandate placed upon us by Prince Kuhio, and the mandate that the state has in ensuring that more homesteaders, more Native Hawaiians get placed on the land.
These are phases 1 and 2. May your homes be filled with aloha, your yards with keiki, laughter, and your tables with abundance. May Pu'uhona be a place of healing, resilience, and strength for all of you.
DHHL says this is the first of 7 projects ahead on the Valley Isle. I'll give you a look outside right now from our tower cam. We'll have the full forecast for what's in store for the rest of the week just ahead.
First Alert Weather with Guy Hug.
Aloha on this Tuesday. We're heading into the peak of hurricane season, and the good thing is that it's still very quiet here in the Central Pacific, so we have no worries with regard to cyclonic activity. No worries with regard to rain either. Well, actually, we could use more rain. We're not going to see much. You can see this morning it is quite dry. A few showers upstream means we'll see a few showers in the early morning hours for those windward locations. Really not much for leeward sides. And those winds will run breezy today and tomorrow, and then they'll fall off again on Thursday. So a little bit more humid as we head towards the weekend. Before today, this will help with the humidity levels from getting out of hand. So we've got a gorgeous day set up, but the days are getting shorter. Sunset tonight is at 6:52. So we have a few showers out there, really not much to start the day. And then as the day progresses, drier, sunnier conditions will take over. And those winds will run brisk and breezy in the afternoon at 15 to 20 miles an hour. So we are in for another gorgeous day today. Get outside and enjoy the best weather on the planet. Surf-wise, there's not a lot going on. We got fishing and diving conditions up in the country and down on the west side. There's some longboard waves in town, a little bit choppier over in the east side. And we are expecting a pulse to start picking up tomorrow, and that pulse will hold firm through Friday for south and southwest shores. It's going to be below advisory levels, though nothing too significant in terms of surf. Now, we've got these breezy winds today and tomorrow. Rainfall will remain minimal for the duration of the forecast. There will be the occasional stray shower for windward sides. That's the best hope for rain. And those winds running breezy through tomorrow, and then they lighten up. Higher humidity levels due from Thursday through the weekend.
Mahalo, Guy. Just in time for the start of the Rainbow Wahine volleyball season this week, the iconic Stan Sheriff Center has been renamed. Bank of Hawaii announced this morning that the venue will now be known as Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. The bank has been a longtime supporter of UH athletics, and this rebranding is part of a 10-year, $5 million partnership with the university. New signage is being installed throughout the facility this week, and the UH women's volleyball season begins Friday night at 7 against Marquette. Well, a new urgent care is now available for residents in Mililani. Casey Lund takes us inside with a first look and what this means for health care for that community.
Aloha from Mililani, just by the town center here, and we're showing folks around this beautiful new Straub Benioff Medical Center that's going to really be a game changer for care here in Central Oahu. And to talk a little bit more about this beautiful clinic, I want to introduce Dr. Leslie Chun. He's the CEO for Hawaii Pacific Health Medical Group. Aloha to you, and thank you for having us. You guys are really proud of this new facility. Tell us a little bit about the clinic.
Well, welcome to our new clinic, and I'm super proud of our new clinic. The Straub Benioff Medical Center's Mililani Clinic. It's our largest neighborhood clinic in Hawaii. It has 24,000 square feet, 55 treatment rooms. As you know, we've been in this community since the mid-'80s, many decades. What we've done is we've closed that existing location here in Town Center, as well as our location at Mililani's Shopping Center. We've combined it into this new beautiful clinic, and we've enhanced services, including urgent care.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about urgent care, especially let folks know, very important, the hours that urgent care is available here in the days. But I mean, this is, like I said just a minute ago, a game changer here for folks and the care that they're going to get right here in Central Oahu.
We hope it's going to be a game changer. We will be open every day of the year, 365 days, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we are here to serve the needs of this Central Oahu community. We've researched it, and the community needs a service like this, and we're happy to be here to help serve the community.
Right. And you know, earlier today we had Dr. Noon on talking about some of the innovative new technology that are here, including a 3D mammogram machine. I mean, this is stuff that people need, and they need that access to care right here in their backyard.
Yeah, when we approached this, we wanted to be warm and welcoming and to do a number of personal touches. One of those is that our front desk isn't distracted by answering incoming calls. They're focused on the patient right in front of them. But we also have technologies that just make it more convenient. If your child unfortunately sprains their ankle, we're here for you through our urgent care and through our app. You can let us know you're on your way and see available appointment times. In addition to that, if you have your primary care visit with your doctor, you can check in online, and when you're here, through a simple click, just tell us you're here.
Yeah. And I can tell, you know, we've talked with Dr. Noon and some other folks here. I can just tell how proud you guys are to have this. And I want to thank you
for being here.
For what you do, and thank you for having us today. If you want to learn more about the hours, if you missed any of those details, we'll have them all online at hawaiinewsnow.com. We'll send things back into the studio for now.
Many would contend this should have been the lead story today. A major announcement on Instagram. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married. Wendy Gillette reports.
Taylor Swift said yes. The superstar and pro football player Travis Kelce announced they are engaged. In an Instagram post, the couple wrote, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." The post was accompanied by the song So High School, which is rumored to be about the three-time Super Bowl winner. This enchanted love story started about 2 years ago after the Kansas City Chiefs tight end pursued the singer-songwriter.
I had never experienced something so mesmerizing on stage and then so real and so beautiful in person.
Earlier this month, the two filled in some blank spaces for the Swifties about their relationship on Kelce's podcast, New Heights, with his brother Jason.
A huge green flag is that Travis has had the same friends since he's probably 4 years old.
I think this is the equivalent of a royal wedding.
Variety's senior writer and chief music critic Chris Willman says this is one of the biggest celebrity couplings in modern times.
We've never seen anything quite like this, I don't think, in terms of people coming together from different worlds who are just superstars in those worlds. They are going to be the homecoming king and queen of America.
Swift has a new 12-track album, The Life of a Showgirl, coming out later this year. And Kelce's football season kicks off next week. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
Now it's all coming together perfectly. Congratulations. Join us again, first at 4 later this afternoon.